Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another live NCTV broadcast. I'm Andrew Riddenberry, and I am joined tonight by my good pal, Oliver Tuff. In tonight's matchup, we see the 10-6 New Canaan Rams host the 6-11 Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons. The Rams need a win in tonight's matchup to stay alive for the FCAC playoffs. Oliver, who are some players to watch tonight for the Rams and the Falcons?
Well, Andrew, for New Canaan, one player that comes to mind that's going to be interesting to watch is going to be Spencer Wright. Not only is Wright a two-time Junkyard Dog of the Week, he also put up a clinic against Darien with 7 points and 14 rebounds. At 6'7", Wright is a true threat in the paint, scoring solid points and securing important offensive rebounds to keep possessions alive for the Rams. With New Canaan coming off of another low-scoring game on offense, Wright's going to be very valuable to gather missed shots and give the scorers second chances from deep. And on the Ludlowe side, the key to watch is number 1, Tate Mahoney. Mahoney is a junior that's really stepped up to become Ludlow's number 1 threat on offense. And with very solid coaching from head coach John Daly, this has led the Ludlowe squad very effectively. Ludlowe is definitely in the top half of the league in terms of defense, so that will be something to look out for.
Oliver, as we both know, and most of the fans watching this probably know, the Rams need to win this game. But besides that, what are some of the storylines tonight?
Well, as you said, Andrew, New Canaan enters tonight with their back against the wall, as any loss in any of their next 3 games would knock them out of contention for the FCAC playoffs. Speaking to Coach Melzer before the game, it was very clear that there's no longer any room for error and that the players are very much locked in from now on out. This game is shaping up to be a very big defensive battle, and New Canaan has one of the best defenses in all of FCAC, so creating opportunities on the offensive side of the ball for New Canaan will be a priority early on in the game. The consensus from the New Canaan coaching staff is that the team is due for a big win tonight, so this will definitely be a fun one to watch.
Yeah. And another thing that I thought that was interesting that Coach Melzer mentioned in our meeting with him was that him and the rest of the coaches have the utmost confidence in these guys to run the table, win these last 3 games, and qualify for the FCACs. But Coach really said that it was up to the players and their ability to have confidence in themselves. And he said that that was something that they really struggled with all season. How do you think the Rams can get that confidence going tonight?
Right, I think it comes down to not forcing tough shots early on in the game. You've really seen multiple games from the Rams so far this season where they've really started off pretty quiet, pretty cold, not hitting their shots from deep. But I think if New Canaan can hit the tough shots and really make things work early on, that would be huge for the rest of the game as it really sets the tone.
Absolutely, and I think one thing the Rams really need to do is just be more aggressive on the offensive side of the ball. Another interesting thing that Coach Melzer mentioned was that it was at this point in the season, FCAC play is almost over. It's more about the players being able to make plays, he said, and less of the plays actually working, as crazy as that sounds. But it's definitely important that these guys get aggressive and attack the basket because that's how they're going to get that offense rolling.
Yeah, I agree. I think what New Canaan needs to focus on is going to the paint early on and making sure that they're not really making these mental errors that they have been in the last few games. You see, when you're watching New Canaan games, one thing that really sticks out to me are the amount of travels that New Canaan gets called on.
Yeah.
There are a lot of mental mistakes that the Rams have been making in these recent games early on that has really affected their confidence, their mentality for the next few minutes. What they really need to do is figure out how can we, if we do make these mistakes, which will happen, this is high school basketball, how do we shake them off and get back on to our regular pace of play?
Absolutely. Luckily for the Rams, as the starting lineups are about to be introduced, they are very stellar at home. They are 8-2 at home. They've done a phenomenal job defending home court. However, they are 2-4 on the road, and that is what has really hurt their chances at qualifying for the FCX. Now for the starting lineups.
Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for Falcons. Number 1, Tate Mahoney. Number 2, Chris Tracy. Number 3, Ryan Corello. Number 20, Charlie Mahoney. And number 23, Owen Clay. Head coach of the Falcons is John Galen. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineup for the New Canaan Rams. Number 0, Griffin Ramway.
Falcons are Colin Riley and Alex Feewager. For the Rams, Griffin Bramwett and Jack Laddick. Number 12, Lorenzo Marsili. Number 13, Santi Lacayo, a captain along with Jack Laddick. And then finally, number 33, Spencer Wright. And now the national anthem. Fairfield, Ludlowe. And Coach Melzer mentioned these guys are out hot. And for a senior veteran team like this Rams team, they don't really have the excuses anymore. They know their back is against the wall, and it's time for these guys to show out.
Absolutely. And when we asked Coach Melzer, how have these players really responded to these heightened stakes now, he had a couple words for us. Plain and simple, you'll see. So the Rams look to set the tone early and often this game.
Tip is going to be Wright versus Lay. And we are underway. Loose ball, and Ludlowe will control the tip. Mahoney with it, over to Torello, to Lay, back to Torello, over to Lay, to Gervasi. There's Mahoney for three, no good. Great rebound, though, by the Falcons, and a turnover.
Now, this Ludlowe squad is really young, comprised mostly of juniors here. So don't be surprised if you see some of these mistakes early on in the game. You're playing in a town like New Canaan, you're always going to get some sort of crowd feedback from mistakes like those. And when you're young, it can sort of throw you off. So
yeah, they remind me a lot of that Rams team last year.
Yeah.
Who had a ton of juniors getting minutes. And right as Oliver mentioned, before the game, the Rams have a travel less than a minute into the first quarter.
Those are the mistakes that, you know, you cannot afford to make at this point.
Torello with it up top. He drives, gets it to Gervasi, to Lay, who drives, can't finish but is fouled on the shot by Wright.
That's tough if you're a defender, trying to go around when you're a tall player like Wright, going up on a mismatch against a smaller player. It's always hard to figure out how to not foul those guys.
Lay has it to Gervasi, to Mahoney. Back to Gervasi.
This is interesting. They've got Wright up at the top of the key for a little bit in defense. Just shows how versatile this New Canaan defense is.
They are an elite defense, and they have been all year. It's really been the offense that has struggled. Mahoney probably should have been a foul, but he misses, and the Rams take it up the floor. Right inside, he can't finish. Lacayo with it now. And a second travel. Oliver, you are a phenomenal commentator because you've already pointed out a problem that has plagued the Rams on 2 straight possessions.
I wish it did not plague the Rams, but unfortunately these mistakes seem to be popping up every single game this season. Early travels, early fouls, just disrupting the tempo of this New Canaan offense.
Torello with it. Lacayo guarding him. Great move by Terrell. He's fouled hard on the shot by Spencer Wright. And Aiden McLaughlin checking in now. Likely for Wright, who's now collected his second foul.
Yeah, McLaughlin is a great, I like to think of him on defense as sort of a more agile Wright. He is shorter, but he plays just as tall with a really impressive vertical. A lot of grit, a lot of hustle. Just a really fun player to watch, especially on defense.
Torello hits the first. Those are going to be your first points of the game. It's 1-0 Falcons. Second shot is good. And the Falcons are showing some full court pressure here now. Let's see if the Rams can break the press. Gervasi guarding Bramwitt. Bramwitt passes half court. Now drives. Floats it up, no good. It's going to be Falcons ball, last touch by Bramwitt.
Yeah, I'm not sure Ludlow's full court press strategy with just putting one defender on Bramwitt is going to work. Bramwitt's got some really shifty handles. He's really fast. He's got great explosiveness, can stop on a dime, so it's going to be really tough to prevent the ball from getting up court.
Now the Rams show full court pressure, but the Falcons break it successfully. That's Gervasi driving now. To Lay. Back to Torello up top. Down to Lay, who gets it to Mahoney, who lays it in.
It's a great shot.
Coach Danny Melzer ain't happy on the sideline. It is 4-0 Falcons.
No, he's not.
But I like that floater last possession by Griffin Bramlett. I think that's a good thing to get aggressive. Lacayo now lays it up too strong. Torello drives, little jumper, no good. Rebound though by Lay to Torello for 3, and he hits it.
Bit of a lucky bounce there, but I think New Canaan offense needs to work on getting higher quality shot attempts up. I feel like.
My apologies, that was a 2. Sorry to interrupt, Oliver. It's 6-0 Falcons. Continue.
I think New Canaan needs to focus on getting higher quality shot attempts up. So far, we've seen a really tough lay from Bramwitt, really tough lay from Lacayo. Looks like the ball.
Coach
gonna
Melzer
reset
sounded
there.
like LeBron James in the famous clip there. It's our ball. The Rams will have the ball, though. He was correct. Laddick to inbound to McLaughlin. to Laddick in the corner. He's got to get going. Back to Bramlett.
Heron's in the game. He just played an entire JV game right before this, so you have to imagine he's already pretty tired.
Ooh, he got away with one there. Bramlett now. Drives, floats it up, and it's good. Nifty play there by Bramlett. Torello with it now. Rams still showing full court pressure. Great pass there. Mahoney is up and good. Great start for the Falcons. It's 8-2 now.
Yeah.
Heron for three, and it's good. I love to see that confidence from Fletcher Heron.
Well, Heron's not usually regarded as a very offensive player, so to see him put up shots like that is really fun.
Gervais in. Falcons swinging it quite nicely right now. For three, no good. That was Gervaisi. And the Rams give it right back, unfortunately. Errant pass there.
That's a tough pass. Again, a lot of basketball's about probabilities, and when you're taking improbable shots, improbable passes, over time that's going to add up and decrease your probability of winning the game. So if I'm New Canaan, you just have to focus on high quality attempts that have a high probability of making it in the basket.
What a move there by Ryan Torello, as Jack Lenahan's now in the game, and Ty Groff. Good to see those guys in.
Lenahan looks a bit like Curry out there. A lot of energy off ball.
Ooh, Bramlett misses twice. Rams get the board, though. McLaughlin fighting inside, and he's fouled.
Rare to see from Bramlett. 2 misses in a row is not something you usually see with him.
Absolutely not.
Usually phenomenal in the paint.
But McLaughlin fights on the boards, and he's got 2.
That's why he's a 2-time Junkyard Dog of the Week right there. The grit, the tenacity.
As he hits the first. For Ludlowe, 2 new guys checking in. Number 5, Colin Riley, a captain. And number 11, Scotty Konopast.
Apologies to the Konopast family if we are pronouncing that incorrectly.
My apologies. A miss, but Fletcher Heron gets the rebound. Griffin Bramlett now slowing it down a little for the Rams. He drives, gets it to McLaughlin. And that'll be a jump ball.
Lenahan has a lot of energy off
Falcons
ball right
ball.
now. He's just circling around the defense, yelling out plays, yelling out potential passes. High IQ basketball player right there.
Yeah, you love to see it. Jack Lenahan is a phenomenal player. Good to see him getting minutes right now.
True team player.
Great double. Lenahan with the steal. Gets it to Griff. For 3, no good. Rebound McLaughlin, who puts it up and lays it in. It's getting closer now. 10-8 Falcons. Torello with it. Lenahan nearly steals it again. Torello has it up top.
Lenahan's playing very scrappy on defense right now. Look at that. Look at that.
All over Mahoney.
Will not let him get a shot off there. Lockdown.
Gervaisi with it. Puts a move on. Gets it to Torello for 3. No good. Ty Groff fighting for the rebound.
I don't know if I agree with the jump ball right there, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, it looked like that ball was still a little bit loose there. Colin Tiscornia now checking in. He'll be inbounding. Number 12 for Ludlowe, Alex Feewager. He's a captain. Lenahan will take it up. And number 10, Charlie Jones checking in.
Giving Bramwood a little rest, getting 2 shooters and Lenahan and Tiscornia out on the field.
Tiscornia drives and gets called for the charge there.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Just looked like a big body, a weight room play there by Colin Tiscornia.
Yeah.
Lorenzo Marsili checking in for Jack Lenahan. Feewager inbounds it, and McLaughlin steals it, lays it in, and it's tied.
I know in his head he was thinking about going for a dunk there. We've seen him do it twice this season. I would not be surprised if we see it again tonight.
He's too fundamental of a player for that. Rams bringing all sorts of pressure. Colin Tiscornia with the steal. Gets it to Marsili, who can't lay it in. Rebound Falcons. A little too strong by Marsili there. Mahoney takes it. He drives and is fouled. 2 shots for the Falcons.
Yeah, that's a foul right there. I like the defense, though. A lot of pressure. Forcing 2 turnovers so far. This full court press, sort of 2-man trap, looks really good. Really shows Ludlow's inexperience here as they sort of get flustered when they get in that 2-man trap.
First one is no good. 3 new Rams checking in. Spencer Wright, Santi Lacayo, and Jack Gladdick. Second shot from Mahoney coming up. No good. 0 for 2 for Mahoney. But it will be Falcons' ball. Gervasi checks back in, as does Tate Mahoney. Checking out Charlie Jones and Charlie Mahoney. Wright checks back out after a shockingly quick stay on the floor. Gervasi with it up top. Kona pass drives.
There's travel.
And travels. Finally, a travel on the other team. Lenahan's back in. One thing I've noticed, a tactic that Coach Melzer really likes is just subbing guys in and out constantly.
Yeah, it's like a revolving door over there on the sideline. There's always people going in and out. He's a lot of different personnel packages for different situations in the game.
Lenahan can't get the half-court shot to go, and it is tied up at the end of the first. A little bit of a sloppy start for the Rams, but they were able to get their footing and get this ball game back tied up. What did you see in that first quarter?
Yeah, by no means was it a super fast start for the Rams on offense. Took a bit for them to get the engine started, but once they did, they were getting some really good looks in the paint. They haven't really been shooting the 3-ball a whole ton, except for their 1 make earlier on in the quarter. And honestly, I really like that for the offense. I think you need to get a solid foundation, solid start on offense before you can start chucking up the threes. And on defense, they've done a really good job. That 2-man trap has worked really well so far for them, forcing Ludlowe players to make some errant passes that have been pretty easily stolen by New Canaan players. And also their all-around defense. They're a very versatile defense, probably the best in the FCAC. All their players can defend multiple positions. Yeah. So that's what's so good about this defense. And they've done a great job so far. On offense, I would not be surprised if you start seeing them chuck up a couple more threes this quarter, try to get some more points on the board.
Yeah, hardly any attempted threes for the Rams. But I'm guessing that's something that Coach Danny Melzer told his team to do. To focus on being aggressive and getting to the cup and not settling for threes.
I agree.
This game may seem a little low scoring, but hey, it's more than 30.
Yeah.
Konopask has it inside, gets it to Gervaisi for 3. No good.
You got to hit that if you're Ludlowe. That's a open 3. Got to capitalize.
Bramwett drives, can't get it to go.
That's one he usually makes. I'm surprised.
Torello now picking up the pace. Mahoney for 3. Beautiful catch and shoot. Stroked it like butter for 3.
Fundy.
Laddick with it now to Tygroff. Back to Laddick. Hill tries luck on a jumper, no good. Great tip there by Griffin Bramwett to Colin Tascornia for 3, no good.
Just off. That's a foul.
It'll stay Rams ball. Good shot there by Tascornia and Laddick. Good looks.
Great looks.
Can't complain.
Cannot complain on those. Laddick sort of operating in that deep 2 area, sort of like a Ray Allen type shot right there. You love to see it. Tascornia taking a shot. Love the confidence. Just can't hit it that time. You see 2 deep shot attempts on that possession. Get the ball back here.
Marsili to Bramwett. He pump fakes. Back to Marsili. Drive, spins to Bramwett. To Tascornia. He nearly took another shot. Bramwett drives, floats it up, and it's good. Like you said, Bramwett doesn't miss shots like that too often, and he proved it right there. Konopask for 3, no good. McLaughlin picking up the pace to Marsili, pump fake, drives to Bramwett, wide open 3, no good. Marsili, though, gets that board and lays it in. The Rams have their first lead of the game at 14-13.
Great move. You see, when they start attempting more 3s, it really opens up the paint, because if you saw the defender, he was looking back. When Marsili had the ball, he was ready to pass it back out to the top of the key for the 3. The defender bit. He swings back in. Easy lay.
Konopask takes the jumper. No good. Rams are pushing the pace right now. Marsili, hop step. Oh, no. Travel number 3 of the game for the Rams.
We're going to start keeping a running toll, a running ticker.
Lacayo and Lenahan check in now.
I don't know if our graphics people can whip out a quick travel counter down in the bottom right, but I'm just joking. But the number of travels is definitely something to note here in this game.
Mahoney now inbounding. To Torello. Jack Lenahan is a wild animal on defense right now. He's showing a lot of tenacity. Number 35, Jake Medor, getting his first minutes of the game for the Falcons. Mahoney takes a 3, no good.
But just couldn't get anything on that possession. Had to force a bad shot.
Lenahan for 3, and it's good.
Bingo. Great shot. That's Lenahan's bread and butter right there. Catch and shoot 3, good amount of space. He's hitting that 7 times out of 10.
It's good to see Lenahan get some confidence back. Ooh, Lacayo with the steal, but he steps out.
It's tough. I'm telling you, mental mistakes, they'll add up. The travels, the stepping out of bounds, the forced passes. You know, it's unavoidable at this level of play that you're going to have some of these mistakes. But at the same time, this has been a theme all season. And if you want to really advance into the next level of play, notably the FCX playoffs, you just got to cut some of these mistakes.
Agreed. Couldn't agree more. They're unavoidable, but at the same time, it can't be a consistent thing.
Yeah.
A travel now for the Falcons.
3-2.
It is 3-2 in the Rams' favor, I guess, but it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Lacayo to inbound now. Another low-scoring affair for the Rams. But these guys are just used to it at this point as Danny Melzer calls a timeout. 17-13 Rams over the Falcons with 4:40 remaining in the first half. Ollie, what do you want to see in these last 4 minutes and 40 seconds of the half?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, this is going to be a real defensive battle. 17-13 right now in the second quarter. It's not a high-scoring game by any means. It's not a 25-point game like we've seen from the Rams previously this season, but it's not high-scoring. So if the Rams can keep up this defense they've got, keep forcing turnovers, force travels, force poor passes, and really take advantage of this Ludlowe team's youth, I think they've got a really good path to victory later in the second half if they can start putting up more consistent points for sure.
Agree, and the Falcons got some points early on, but you noticed that Rams D, once the trapping and the full court pressure came in, they were very good. They were very aggressive, and the Falcons have frankly gone completely cold on the offensive side of the ball. Jack Lenahan will take it up.
You're seeing Lenahan in this game still because he has showed, look at how much hustle he's got on the court. He's running everywhere. Even on defense, too. He's right up in their face. He's preventing shots. He's preventing passes, really disrupting the entire court. He's been a real asset so far this game.
Bramwood for three, no good. They are feasting on the offensive rebounds right now. Another offensive rebound for Aiden McLaughlin. Bramwood drives to Fletcher Heron, back to Lenahan. He's calling out signals right now. Heron to Bramwood, trying to get it down low, but cannot. And a bad pass. It'll be Falcons' ball. The Rams may be winning right now, but these mistakes are keeping this game close, and that's not good.
Yeah, I'm just keeping up in my head. That's like 7 easy mistakes that could have been prevented so far this game by the Rams that have resulted in Ludlowe opportunities. So if they can even half that number, I think New Canaan would be much more confident in the place they would be at.
Medor with her right now to Torello. And to travel.
3-3.
It's tied up, 3-3 in the travel count. And it'll be Rams' ball. This is just sloppy basketball right now, to be completely honest.
Yeah, it's not even like New Canaan really forced that travel either. That's just a straight-up mistake. Can't have that.
Not a whole lot of scoring right now for either team.
Yeah.
Rams went on a nice little hot streak there. They've cooled off in the last couple minutes. Lenahan for three, and he hits it. 6 points for Jack Lenahan, making an impact off the bench.
Yeah, 2 for 2. He's looking great so far. He's my player of the game so far. 2-man trap. Turnover.
A steal by Fletcher Heron, who lays it in.
It's great. That's
and
great.
it is suddenly a 9-point game.
That trap is working wonders right now.
Nearly another turnover.
Really feels like once the ball gets past half court, New Canaan likes to attack them right in the corner. In the corners, right, pinning them against the halfway line. That 2-man trap is really working.
Medor for three, wide right. And the Rams are pushing it relentlessly right now. Nearly another turnover.
I like the pace. Keep the tempo high when you've just made a good bucket.
You know Lenahan wanted to take that shot, but he just did
Let
not.
him take it. Heat check. Come on.
Good skip there. Bramwood with it.
Monahan with the ball. Heat check.
Oh, no good, but he gets his
Second
own
shot.
rebound.
Oh.
Pump fake. Gets it to Lacayo for three, no good.
I think he should have taken the second three. First one, obviously, just a heat check. Second one was the only real shot.
A charge. There
Great play.
By Medor.
Great
Medor.
play.
And Jack Lenahan draws the charge. He's having a hell of a first half right now.
Yeah, a lot of energy on court, a lot of grit. He's just getting in players' faces, and on the defensive side, he's been able to create, I think now, 2 turnovers, hit 2 threes. He's got 6 points. He's 2 for 3 from deep so far. Great game from him so far.
Yeah, truly phenomenal performance. Bramlett with it. He's been in nearly the whole game. Fletcher Heron to tie Groff for 3, and he cashes it.
Wow.
Just a catch and shoot, letting it fly, and it's suddenly a double digits lead for the Rams.
Bit of a green bean there, lightly covered. Great shot.
Great defense.
Love
there.
the no call.
Groff for 3 again, no good. He airballs it this time. And it's 4-3 Rams in the travel Olympics, but
I could see that coming from a mile away.
not quite his fault. He turned around, a defender was right there in front of him, but still an unfortunate turnover there.
It's very tough.
Ludlowe has not scored in at least 2 to 3 minutes now.
Yeah, the Rams have really gotten out to a sneaky lead. 25 to 13. It's almost like you didn't even feel like the points are being scored.
And an and 1 there for Fletcher Heron. The lead is now 14 for the Rams.
Yeah, New Canaan's very quietly built a sizable lead here in the second quarter.
A monstrous 17 to 3 second quarter for the Rams, outscoring.
That's huge. Definitely could. No shot clock. Look. Yeah, I think they'll hold for last shot here.
Too easy for Bramlett. 29-13, clock running.
Ludlowe will not get a shot off here.
And what a second quarter, a 19 to 3 second quarter in favor of the New Canaan Rams. It was tied up going in to the second quarter, and Danny Melzer must have said something incredibly inspiring in between the 2 periods, because the Rams just looked incredible on both sides of the ball. Aggressiveness on offense, and then defense, really aggressiveness too, with just the hounding double teams. What were your takeaways from that first half?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, their offense, they were just taking all the right shots behind the 3 3-pointers in that quarter. That was huge. 2 from Lenahan, 1 from Groff. That was really a big contributor to the success, but also how well Bramlett was able to really control the offense out there, make all the right passes, see the court in a very holistic view. And then on defense, that 2-man trap was working wonders for the Rams, really forcing Ludlowe to make really poor passes. And Ludlow's youth has really shown through. Three travels against New Canaan's 4, obviously something New Canaan wants to get down, but Ludlowe just has not made the right moves on offense so far, clearly, with their 13 points in the first half.
Absolutely. We'll see what these 2 teams bring in the second half. For now, we are going to head to the break. Thank you. welcome back, everyone. Half is just minutes from tip-off. The Rams are beating the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons right now, 29-13. Not a complete blowout, but it certainly looks like it could get pretty bad right now at New Canaan because the Rams just had an incredible second quarter, outscoring the Falcons 19-3. Oliver, what do you want to see from both teams in this upcoming second half?
Well, for Ludlowe, one, you got to minimize the mistakes on offense. Don't give in to the two-man traps that New Canaan's been running. Really try to get the ball to safe passes. Try to make sure to really take those high opportunity solid opportunity shots. And if you're New Canaan, you got to make sure to keep up that high energy play. That's really what's been fueling them so far this game, really getting them a lot of points. Transition offense, a lot of smart plays on offense especially, and their defense as well, just absolutely incredible so far. 13 points and a half is about as much as you could ask for from a defense. So New Canaan, really just keep doing what you're doing. You're on a roll. Keep the momentum going. That's about as much as I can say. Really harness the power that Melzer's been infusing into this team. The team leaders feel very, during this halftime, they looked very energized. So no doubt they're going to keep up this very energetic and gritty pace.
Yeah, and as you said in the pregame, the Rams have their back against the wall, and they certainly look like a team whose back is against the wall because these guys are just playing like madmen right now, fighting for their lives out there on the floor. And they look good. They look very good.
Yeah. I mean, this is like their NBA championship, you know? This is where it all happens. And for these players to be fighting for something like this is really fun to see.
Absolutely.
They have a lot of passion for the sport they play and a lot of pride. They take a lot of pride in what they do. So it's always fun to see them perform out on the court like this.
All right, the Falcons are taking the court, and the third quarter is about to be underway. The Rams will start with it. Lorenzo Marsili inbounding. Gets it to Griffin Bramlett. Chris Gervasi guarding him. Laddick with it. Inside to Spencer Wright. And he's fouled.
For someone so tall, Wright is actually quite good at the free throw line. You see him attempt about a deep two every single game. Has actually a really high percentage on that shot. So by no means is fouling Wright something to look forward to if you're Ludlowe.
First one is good. And the Rams have hit the 30-point mark now. Second shot, no good. Ludlowe corrals it. Lay takes it up the floor, gets it to Torello. Back to Lay. To Gervasi in the corner. Lay with it now to Mahoney. And the travel.
4-4.
4-4. It's tied. That is a shocking amount of travels.
I mean,
in a high school basketball game.
8 total travels just in really just the first half. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Griffin Bramlett with it. He gets it to Jack Laddick. Inside to Spencer Wright. Great move. Can he finish? He's fouled again.
Can't quite make the lay, but really just putting in the work down low. Bodies his defender. He had no shot. Just had to foul.
All right, Spencer Wright, 2 more free throws here. First one is good. Number 40, Juan Castro checks in for the Falcons.
Goes 1 for 2.
Marsili, though, with the offensive rebound, and he lays it in.
These offensive rebounds have been pretty incredible for the Rams so far. A lot of second chance opportunities.
Lay with it to Torello. The Falcons have not scored in God knows how long. They really need to get a shot to fall
Something.
here.
Something.
Torello with it. He drives, and he lays it in.
There it is.
The Falcons cut the lead to 18. Griffin Bramwitt to Jack Laddick. Nearly takes the 3 there.
Nearly traveled as well.
Spencer Wright, he's getting aggressive right now. Not quite successful, though, and he's fouled
Another
again.
foul. That's great.
He's just feasting right now. They got to just keep feeding him, honestly. If he can connect at the free throw line, which he's 3 of 4 there, I believe, correct?
He is 2 for 4 right now.
2 for 4.
Last one was a Marsili offensive rebound. But yeah,
First one no good.
let the man cook in the paint. I mean, shot after shot, miss, rebound, miss, rebound. I mean, that could go on forever if you don't foul him.
Second free throw for Wright. No good.
He's about a head taller than anybody else on this court right now, so huge height advantage for New Canaan.
He's got to get those layups. He's got to start finishing, though,
Yeah.
so he doesn't have to go to the free throw line. But like you said, a capable shooter, and he checks out now.
A brace on his left knee. One could only wonder if his lower body was at full health, would he be able to just, I don't know, throw it down or something?
Possibly. Unfortunately, we might never find out. Torello drives. He's getting aggressive now, but he cannot connect. Rams pushing. Laddick to Lacayo. Back to Laddick. Laddick has not scored much tonight. Not being too aggressive with his shot selection.
You know, he knows what works tonight, so and they don't really require his shooting, so why even shoot? From downtown.
Now he takes one, and he hits it.
Bang. There it is.
You don't want to give Jack Laddick an open shot, that's for sure. Torello running for his life. Rams steal it. Marsili finishes. 38-15 now. This lead keeps ballooning. Another steal. Rams pushing again. And Marsili lays it in again. It's 40-15.
Call timeout. Yeah, call timeout.
A 25-point lead for the New Canaan Rams.
Huge. 40 to
Absolutely
15.
Huge.
40 to 15. Some really good looks from the Rams, especially in their transition offense after forcing some pretty bad turnovers from Ludlowe. Marsili with 2 quick buckets. Laddick with the 3. They're playing really well. High IQ basketball. They know what needs to be done to get this win. They're playing really cohesively as a team. No one's really trying to take the spotlight, force any bad shots. It's all working how it's supposed to work. It's really nice to see.
Absolutely. And this hopefully can be a confidence booster for the Rams going into these last 2 games, that they can put up the points and that they don't really need to have one guy carry this load, because this scoring is really divvied out in bunches between this Rams team. A ton of different guys have scored. I'm not sure there's anyone who's in double digits right now.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting buckets, and that's a good thing.
And Coach Melzer, when we talk,
It'll be Rams
that'll
ball,
be
another
turnover. When we talked to Coach Melzer before this game, he described the Ludlowe defense as very solid. So to see this many points, this really efficient scoring from the Rams against a solid defense like this is really inspiring to see, honestly.
Laddick with it now. to Lakaya. Gets it down low to Bramwitt, who lays it in. A beautiful lefty layup by Griffin Bramwitt. He's just a textbook player. And they turn it over again. It'll be Rams ball again.
This is very bad for Ludlowe. Mistake after mistake after mistake, giving the Rams more opportunities to grow their ever-increasing lead. This is not a position you want to be in if you're Ludlowe here. A lot of bad mistakes.
Bramwitt with it now.
Just seems like they're getting very flustered on offense when they get pressured. Like they don't know what to do. They just throw the ball somewhere. Come on, that's a foul.
No call, though. As Konopass takes it up. Number 12 now, Feewager driving.
They get pressured, they
Gets
just,
it to Mahoney.
they freeze up.
And that's something, like you said, a young team just struggles to handle. Castro is fouled. and he'll be
Lacayo.
shooting too.
Lacayo really wanted that denial right there. That'll be a foul. Ludlowe looking to score their third point of the half.
And expect to start seeing a lot of new faces for the Rams check in that haven't seen the floor yet or have played sparingly, because we're about halfway through the third quarter. It's not looking too close right now.
Yeah,
42-16 as Castro hits the first.
True scoring drought for Ludlowe after he hits one free throw. That's 6 points in the last 12 minutes.
That is not good.
Averaging
Not good.
just 1 point every 2 minutes. Not a pace you want to keep up if you want to win a game.
Castro hits the second, 2 for 2 there. Lead back down to 25 now. Jack Laddick takes it up the floor. Laddick for 3.
Bingo.
Now he's getting hot.
There it is.
Mahoney now. The pressure is killing these guys. Castro with it to Mahoney. Nearly stolen there. Feewager drives. Floats it up, no good.
I mean,
Rams pushing.
if you're Ludlowe, come on, you got to do
Laddick
something.
heat check, and it's good.
Turn the sprinkler system on, because Laddick is on fire right now.
And this lead is now 30 plus for the New Canaan Rams. It's 48-17. And they're just playing incredible basketball right now. Great second quarter, and honestly, maybe even a better third quarter
I would argue New
for the
Canaan's
Rams.
offense is firing on all cylinders. Their defense is absolutely locked down right now. Ludlowe cannot get anything going on the offensive front. They just sort of seem to freeze up every time they get the ball. New Canaan's defense has been really suffocating, and behind the energy of players like Bramwitt, behind Lenahan, Marsili has played really well defensively as well. This is exactly what the New Canaan team has been designed to do. I think this is some of the best basketball they've played all season.
Absolutely. And after a couple weeks of just bad offensive play, in terms of points scored, they're really lighting up the scoreboard right now. And that's really good to see.
Absolutely. Real confidence builder going into the next 2 games.
Which I believe are Greenwich and then Trumbull. And if they are able to win this one, which it looks like they will, along with the next 2, the odds are likely that they will be able to qualify for the FCAC playoffs. A loss in any of the final 3 would certainly doom them, though.
Yeah, and I think this team has a really good shot to make FCX, though. I think this is one of the, there's a steal.
Another steal
Bramwitt.
to Fletcher Heron, who lays it in. Rams have reached 50.
Gets it to drop. Now, as I was saying, this New Canaan team really feels like just last year's team 2.0. Just everything that last year's team did well, this team does it even better. A lot of chemistry on this team. You know, there seems to be a lot of respect for the leadership on this team,
Absolutely,
including the coaching
yeah.
staff.
Another
turnover. There it is. Laddick with the ball. Out to McLaughlin. Bramwitt. Groff. 3.
Bang!
Hits it.
The Rams are pouring it on right now.
53 points. 2 minutes left in the third.
This is getting ugly.
Scoring clinic.
Castro with it to Feewager. To Konopask, who drives.
It's foul.
Foul. 2 shots for Konopask.
Ludlowe just, honestly, for this game, just looking to try to get past the 30-point mark here.
We'll see. We'll see if the Rams let up at all.
I would
with this
imagine
ferocious defense.
I would imagine once we get, if this lead holds up, which I think it will, as he misses the first free throw, I would imagine about halfway through the fourth, New Canaan's going to look to put in some of their underclassmen players to try to get some good experience against a very solid defensive team.
Maybe even, honestly, the start of the fourth.
Could
because
be.
right now it's about a 36-point game.
Could be.
And it ballooned out of seemingly nowhere. At the end of the first, it was 10-10, and it looked like Ludlowe even had the edge.
Yeah.
But that certainly did not last. A 43-8 run for the New Canaan Rams. That is absurd.
Discornia to Groff, back to Discornia, top of the key. Linehan running around, out to Fletcher.
Let's see if Wright can lay it in here. He gets it out to Lenahan, who drives to Discornia, back to Lenahan. See if Lenahan can get his scoring back going. Barely keeps his dribble alive. He's fighting out there. Gets it to Groff for 3. No good. Spencer Wright, though, Borden lays it in. They cannot stop Spencer Wright on the offensive rebounds right
They
now.
seriously they have no answer for Wright in the paint.
Absolutely no answer. And I mean, look.
You can't blame him. I don't know what I would do either.
Castro to Riley, to Feewager, back to Riley, who drives, takes the jumper, can't hit.
Now this is what I love about Wright. That was some great defense from a position. Nearly. But he was playing some really good defense from a position he's not normally used to. Playing defense at the top of the key.
Yeah.
And that was some really fundamental defense. Prevented the shot, and Rams were able to get the ball. He's a very versatile player. You know, sort of a really fun asset to have if you're a coach.
Absolutely. Riley with it now. Over to Castro. Feewager pump fakes. Not much going here for the Falcons. Konopask drives.
Great defense from Groff, but
great bank shot, and that'll end the third quarter.
Off the glass. 55-20 at the end of the third. We have got a 25-point lead for the Rams. Yeah, I mean,
crazy, just crazy.
Yeah, they've played amazing. This is probably the best basketball I've personally watched from them all year.
Same.
Really executing really well on offense. It really feels like this entire offensive unit plays as if it's one hive mind. They all have the same idea as to what's going on, but behind players like Marsili, behind players like Bramwitt, they're just able to see the cracks in the defense and really exploit them very efficiently. And, you know, it's shown itself on the scoreboard. 25-point lead is no mistake.
Yeah.
They're playing some really, really good basketball.
And we covered a blowout lead earlier this year against the Norwalk Bears. where the Rams won by a pretty significant margin, but this game just feels different. In that Norwalk game, it was still pretty close at half. A lot of sloppy play by the Rams, a ton of technical fouls.
Yeah.
If anyone remembers that is watching currently. But this game, after that first quarter, they've really just gotten everything together, and everything is clicking. It seems like we're watching the Rams perform at their full potential right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's their night. They've played very well, and you got to give them a lot of credit for this performance.
Kona
Ludlowe.
pass drives, kicks, and a charge. Another Ludlowe turnover. I mean, that's something that head coach John Daly is just going to be sick about tonight and tomorrow, just thinking about the wealth of turnovers that the Falcons have had tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to score points, you got to put up shots in the first place. So if you can't even get shots up, obviously the scoreboard is not going to reflect that.
Tygroff fouled. Ooh, he crashes into Fletcher Heron. Luckily, he seems all right.
Glad to see them both get up. Thoughts and prayers.
Draw for 2 now. Yeah, and you wonder when Danny Melzer will check in guys like Jake Soma, Teddy Whitaker, Michael Smith, of course, Larry Robinson. Can't forget about Larry. But you wonder when those guys are going to start to get minutes, because this game is all but over. Groff's second shot is good. Kona pass inside to Castro. Steal by Colin Tiscornia. Jack Lenahan drives, spins. Oh no. The Rams have taken the lead, 5-4 in the travel count.
Yeah, if anything, that's definitely one thing I would criticize so far about this performance from New Canaan. You can't have 5 travels in a game. You got to cut that number at least in half.
Yeah.
Because when you're playing even better opponents in the FCX, hopefully, you just can't get away with that many travels.
Another turnover.
Now
and this is honestly, for a young Ludlowe team, you expect the turnovers, and that's the type of thing that you're going to see less of with this Ludlowe team come next year, when all of these guys have gotten a year of varsity play under their belt.
Yeah.
A steal here by Ludlowe. Three-pointer, no good. That was Dylan Guth.
Number 10, Teddy Whitaker on the court now. Sources tell me he can almost dunk, so that's definitely big.
Maybe he'll throw down in tonight's game.
Now,
Charlie Jones drives. No good, Guth again. Jack Lenahan taking it up now.
Lenahan to Tiki Taka.
That's his
Out to the
nickname,
wing.
of course. Oh, no.
Yep, that'll be a foul. That's tough. Put a little bit too much mustard on that
Offensive foul,
screen.
Yeah. Maybe even a little bit too strong there for the Ludlowe defender. Shot here.
Drello, no good. Lenahan with the rebound, brings it down. Teddy Whitaker out to the wing. Back to Lenahan. Scornia looking for the shot.
Groff,
Groff.
three, no good. He's been shooting well tonight.
Yeah,
And
yes.
he's a guy that's always going to show confidence.
Yeah.
As
He's a very confident player. You can really respect that. Looks to be some mutual respect from the players.
Yep. Some new Rams checking in now. Larry Robinson, number 11. Tyler Ofiero, number 14. And Michael Smith, a whole new 5, actually. Number 4. Teddy Whitaker, number 10. And Jake Soma, number 24.
Now, very fun player to watch right there. Luke Robinson, number 11. He's a very dynamic player. He can shoot, he can drive, he can defend. Bit of a sloppy pass. Tried to do too much with that one.
A little bit too much.
But Luke Robinson, definitely someone to watch on the offensive side of the ball. Very dynamic player.
Charlie Jones with it now. Konapask. He drives on Ofiero and 1.
Good bucket, good concentration. Hits the shot. Luke Robinson, his dream school is the University of Virginia. Good basketball programs there. I mean, who's to say you won't
Commit?
who's to say you won't commit?
Yeah, that would be the greatest New Canaan High School basketball story you'll ever see.
In the meantime, steps out of bounds.
No, timeout actually.
Timeout, sorry. My apologies. Now, this game is just about wrapped up with 4:45 left on the clock. Insurmountable lead the Rams have built so far.
Yeah, insurmountable.
The Ludlowe is just doing damage control at this point, trying to hit some shots for confidence sake. But yeah, Rams send out their underclassmen lineup. Always fun to watch.
Yep.
Good to get the kids some experience. And you know, New Canaan is giving their top players a little ability to rest after an absolute show they've put on so far tonight.
Yeah, and they need the rest. These guys played on Monday. 1 day off in between games is not a lot for high school basketball. These guys are definitely tired, but they didn't show it tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, you got to respect the hustle these guys play with. I never really realized how much work they put into this sport until really this season. I mean, it's hard to really imagine how much work these student athletes, especially at New Canaan with these high-level programs, put in to master their craft, put in the work between practices, stretches, reviewing film, studying, practicing on their own time, game time, warm-ups, all of that. It's as if you've got a part-time job, and it's
a full-time job, honestly.
I mean, we did the math with a couple of these players recently. I mean, they're putting in 25 to 35 hours a week just for basketball, which honestly, you just can't help but to respect these players for how much work they put into it.
Absolutely, and we all hope it pays off and they're able to qualify for FCX. They're already pretty much locked in for the state playoffs, but it would certainly be nice to see these guys back in FCX.
Yeah.
After a 1-year hiatus in which they did not qualify last year.
Steps out of bounds there. And one of the biggest difference makers between this team and last year's team is how successful New Canaan's been within the FCAC conference.
Yeah.
Last year's team got off actually to a really strong start, but just dropped a bunch of games straight, all to FCAC opponents, which really crushed them. And this year's team just plays with, I feel like, a more chemistry, more confidence.
Yeah.
And the leadership this year has been really on point. Gets a loose ball here, steal. Tough lay, great shot by Whitaker.
And that's honestly because it kind of is the same team. Really I believe only 3 seniors graduated. And 2 of them didn't really get a ton of minutes on the team. So the reason that they play more together is just because that chemistry was able to grow throughout all of last year through what was a tough year for the program.
Yeah, and you got to also give a lot of props to the coaching staff of New Canaan. They've just done a phenomenal job this year, and they have every single year under head coach Danny Melzer. Great bucket right there. But just the coaching and the level of confidence that they have in their players is just really great to see.
Yeah.
They fully trust their players. And they feel like, we've taught you everything we can. We've given you the schemes. We've given you the plays. We've given you the training. And now it's up to you, And you really have to respect a philosophy like that, treating the players like they're adults, which they are. I mean, they're fully capable of creating their own success, which has been really awesome to watch. Turnover for the Rams. Ludlowe ball. Inbounding.
Here, yep. Gets it in. This is number 15, Luke DeLilio. Michael Smith now diving on the floor. Loose ball. Rams have it. It's a jump.
Can't get the 3 to hit. Ball. Rams have a 35-point lead here, winning by quite a sizable margin this game.
Luke Robinson gets it into Teddy Whitaker, trying to break the press. Jake Soma with it now. He gets it stolen from him. And a bucket there for the Falcons. It's 60-27.
Soma.
Luke Robinson takes it up the floor. He turns it over.
Nearly identical steal.
Charlie Jones with it now. Over to Charlie Mahoney. Down to Porter Davis Watley. DeLilio with it. And the bucket's no good.
They get the offensive
Drive
rebound.
Though, and the charge.
Good call. Great hustle by New Canaan. Tyler O'Fero. Those are the great heads up plays that New Canaan's been making all season. Really the meat and potatoes of this team. They just play the game with a really high IQ, and they just sort of seem to know what works. You can have all the tricks you want, but nothing will beat good, solid, fundamental basketball.
Absolutely.
New Canaan ball here.
These young Rams are getting off to a little bit of a rocky start. Let's see if they can gain their footing in these last 77 seconds of gameplay. And they don't. Ooh, nice little dunk there by Jake Medor.
That's
Didn't
really
count,
that's to be expected when you put these guys in. They just played a full.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And
Full-
it takes
full game
time.
right before this, yeah.
Yeah, and it takes time to adjust to varsity speed.
Yeah. No doubt after this season, Melzer will be looking forward to working with these guys for a couple more years.
Good layup there by number 20, Charlie Mahoney. Teddy Whitaker to inbound. Gets it into Michael Smith to Luke Robinson. He drives, floats it up, no good. Michael Smith goes up with it, and he's fouled.
Gets the foul right there. Michael Smith, Texas boy at heart. Very fun to see. His middle name, Michael Sterling Smith, if you didn't know. Also plays football.
One hell of a middle name, that's for sure.
Yeah. Coming out of Dallas, Texas. Very talented football player as well. Multi-sport athlete.
Unfortunately for him, the Cowboys are eliminated once again.
Shocker.
Can't say I'm a Cowboys fan myself, Oliver.
Well, I feel bad for anyone that supports the Cowboys, so one can only pray for him.
Charlie Jones now. The time is ticking here for the Falcons. And what was truly a sloppy offensive performance. Luke Robinson now drives, and he's stripped.
Tries to go up strong. Ball just comes out.
Oh my goodness, what a block by Jake Medor.
Not the best shot you could have taken, but gets a turnover here.
Jake Soma drives and can't finish.
Can't
and
hit
this
it.
game is all but over.
Yeah. Foul call.
With 2.4 seconds, come on.
Let the kids play.
Let them play.
Let them play.
Unless it's a brutal, flagrant foul.
Yeah.
I think with 2 seconds and a 30-point game, you can let that one go.
Yeah. Free throw for Ludlowe. Rims out. Second attempt. 2.4 left. Oh, and he cuts the lead to 32.
He cuts the lead to 32, and that'll be
game.
your final. The New Canaan Rams win in a must-win game. Great game from the New Canaan Rams, and they are able to move to 11-6 on the season and keep their FCIAC playoff hopes alive. They defeat Fairfield Ludlowe 62-30. Oliver, what are your takeaways from tonight's game?
Well, as I said, New Canaan just played some of the best basketball I've seen them play all season. They really were firing on all cylinders on offense, working as a very cohesive unit. And on defense, they were absolutely locked down until they put in that five-man rotation of underclassmen. They were absolutely killing them on the defensive side of the ball. That two-man trap was really working very well, forcing a lot of turnovers against this young team. And I thought, that was probably the best game I've watched them play all season.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all for tuning in. A great Rams win, and we are signing off on this Wednesday night. Thank you.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club, Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Family Dentistry, the dental office for our entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni, Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, who have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist with all of your automotive needs. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Walter Storts. Walter Storts Market has supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Storts is your fresh local market. We would like to thank our gold sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commissioned residential and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal and constructed with intention and integrity. We'd like to thank our gold sponsor, Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting in a pool or an addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Well, Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Thank you to our gold sponsor, Performance Optimal Health. who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes in their 2022-2023 seasons. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. We would like to thank our gold sponsor, Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics.